My name is Carl. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Here is the Parkside disc sander, part number PTSB140B3. Now this looks like a handy sander to have for anybody's shop, no matter what you do. So I'm going to give a quick review on this one. Well, might not be so quick, but I'm going to give a review on this one. And I'm going to rearrange the camera and I'll be right back with you. Okay, here is the little disc sander. There we go. Let me see if I can get this in. There you go. PTSG 140B3. And I'm going to read some of these specs on here. Power input 1 amp, S2 15 minute. I don't know what that means. Maximum no load speed 3600 RPI. Table adjust to 50 degrees downward and 10 degree upward. Sanding disc 5 inch. Comes with 6 self-adhesive sanding discs with backing sheets for storage. 80, 150, 240. 1 miter gauge, 1 clamp, 1 dust port, adapter with reducer, 1 hex key. So this thing really looked interesting to me, and I'm sure it's going to be worth the money. So let's open this thing up and check it out. Let's see, let's slice this open right here. There we go. Okay, on the top we have the clamp. I'm pretty sure I know what that goes for. We have the dust hose adapter, the instruction book. Here we have sanding discs. Open this thing up, and here's the unit itself. Let's take this thing out. This big box. There we go. Here's the miter gauge. Let me loosen it up so I can pull it out. I do like how you can tighten it down. Whoops, there we go. You can tighten it down so it will stay there all the time. You won't lose it. Parkside, here's the model number. Green plastic here. Off and on switch right here. This is your speed control. Goes from 1 to 6. I like the size of this thing. I really do. Okay, it has the knobs on the side. Loosen this up. And the table will adjust. And on the side there is a angle gauge, so you can easily tell what degree it's on. 10 degrees this way, up to 50 degrees this way. So I'm going to set this at 0 degrees, tighten it down. And I'm sure most of you know, don't go by the measurements or the numbers on this dial indicator. Get you a angle square, and to make sure it's 90 degrees or whatever you want to use it for. I have one right up here, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, you can see my 90 degree angle right here. I've had this several years, and I probably have 4 or 5 different varieties. But anyway, to confirm this is set at 90 degrees, just set your angle on there. Loosen these knobs so this is adjustable. There you go. Set that up perfect 90 degrees. Tighten it up. Both sides. There we go. I'll probably keep this with this. Might as well, I've got several extras. So, pretty nice, pretty nice. So let me loosen that back up again. Take this down. Well, in fact, I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to try to explain to you the easiest way of putting on discs on these kind of surfaces. Let's see, I don't know if I'm doing this, taking this off right now. No, of course not. Anyway, to put a disc on, just get your disc and lay it down on here first. Get it centered. So you know it fits perfectly. So somewhere on here is the, there you go. So we're going to start with one little piece at a time. So I'm going to put this in first, like here. Peel back just a little bit on this sanding disc. Put in one little piece at a time, one edge at a time. There you go. You can do it this way, might be a little easier. Push that back. Put that on where it looks pretty centered. There we go. Close enough. And then, after you have it started, that's when you come back and you tear off the rest of the paper. So after you have it started, you have it set into place, then you come back and tear off the rest of the paper. So after you do it a couple of times, it's pretty easy. No issues with it. So, heavy duty plastic, nice aluminum table right here. I think that's, no, that's not aluminum. Yeah, it is. That's aluminum and plastic, so that should hold up fairly good. I'm going to pause the camera and put these nuts back on, the ones I shouldn't have taken off. I'll be right back with you. Okay, here we go. The dust port is right here on this side. So you can see this hose adapter has like these little notches so that it will only fit in there one way. Here we go. Right. Right there, and then twist it down. There we go. Hook up your shop vac to it. So we have this clamp right here. What is this clamp for? Oh, we have a hex key in there too. Okay. Normally, these little disc sanders are used in this position, and you adjust the table. But one of the reasons why I bought this one is you can take it out to your workbench or whatever you're working on, flip it on its side like this, take this clamp, and it can go right back into here, and clamp it to your table or your workbench so it stands up while you're working. I'll show you this when we go outside and do some sanding on a piece of wood. So let's get this thing going now and go outside and see how powerful this is. We'll be back in a few minutes. back. My final thoughts on this Parkside not belt, but disc sander. Model number PTSG 140-83. Here's another quick look at it. Speed control on the side, off and on switch on the side. You can adjust this table to different angles. Most experienced woodworkers will know not to trust the angle readout on these miter gauges. So I would suggest getting some kind of squares to keep with it. This is one I have handy right here. So I'm just going to keep this stored with this in this locking clamp. I wish it was a little bit deeper this way, the throat depth, but it will be good enough in most cases. Now, I did not show this, but this table can be removed so you can use the disc only by itself without any of these tables on it. That'll be a handy feature to have. So, I don't remember if I mentioned about this dust collector right here, but I did notice when I was outside that there was a lot of dust collecting in here. So the dust in it in this direction, and if you put a dust vacuum on here, it will suck it out. Probably get, I'm guessing of course, I'm guessing it'll get 60 to 70% of it. So, pretty nice, strong, well-built little sander here. Now, it will not take a lot of pressure when you're sanding. You just have to like place it against it and hold it. You can't put pressure on it because it'll bog down the motor. So, what do I think? I think you can't go wrong with this. Of course, this is meant for big jobs. Like if you're a wood turner, you wouldn't want to use this on wood turning projects. But for small, hobbyist, crafts type stuff, I don't think you can go wrong with this. I don't think you can go wrong at all. Now I can't remember what I paid for it. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, subscribe to Lidl, Lidl.com. Get their newsletter. Check out their sale flyers every week. See when this is going to come back on sale. Go ahead and get you one of these. I don't think you can go wrong. My name's Carl. I do appreciate you being here.